Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to talk about some latest NASCAR news. Quite a few things I want to get into. I want to talk about the Fox Sports overall ratings for the end of their portion of the season, and talk about the charter situation that apparently isn't going well. So let's get right into it. So per Adam Stern here, at Fox Sports, average 3.369 million viewers for Cup Race in 2024. It's up 1% from 2023, marking the first time that Fox has finished with an increase in a NASCAR season after having a delayed or postponed Daytona 500. It's been airing races since 2001. What's happening? I don't know if the increase would have been that big if the Daytona 500 ran on schedule or the Clash on the day it was scheduled. That maybe could have hurt it. But it rose by like 70% in commercials, it felt like. I don't know. A 1% increase. It's not a big increase. Only Fox will consider this a win and not fix the problems their broadcast has. Weather's not been kind to NASCAR this year, but still coming up with an increase, even the slightest, I guess, is still a victory for them. But Fox needs to re-avel its NASCAR productions. Fans feel we are seeing less action during races, fireworks, little post-race, no victory lane, and hear more about highlights than what's happening on the track. Commercials increased, but it feels like 80%. I mean, I feel like even the Daytona 500 had been delayed, and even got what they got last year, and that's where that maybe be up maybe a few percent, but it's not like it's going to be that much. The Fox coverage is just subpar. Simple as that. So, an article from Chicago.suntimes.com talked about the NASCAR Chicago returns, but what payoff for the city, basically. And Adam Stern said, quoted from this article, as was the case with last year's spectacle, we're not convinced that hosting the NASCAR Chicago street course races translate into a true financial victory for Chicago and its taxpayers. Oh yeah, let's take financial advice from a newspaper. The race was jam-packed last year, and everyone that I saw on social media had an amazing time, and the broadcast did a fantastic job highlighting the city, and everybody enjoyed it from what I heard. I don't know what the problem is. And despite the monsoon with the rain, people that I talked to enjoyed it. So these guys have been crying since last year about, it will be a true financial victory for Chicago or whatever. It's like just shut up, just cry about it. So now we got some stuff to get into from the charters. And this started about 3-4 days ago. So the France family would be able to buy NASCAR charters starting in 2025 under the terms of the latest charter offer to teams, despite initial questions over whether the provision would ultimately be included. I just don't think the fans or the teams want that. You need to get the France family needs to be out of the sport. They're all about money. They're all about anything that will make them more money. And this started 4 days ago. And then another report from Adam Stern says, NASCAR's included plans for a cost cap to limit team spending beyond a certain point in its latest charter offers. That was the latest charter offer. It was like, they're going to include plans for a cost cap to limit team spending beyond like a certain point. Well, I just don't know. Well, the teams like this, I feel like most will, outside of maybe Penske, Joe Gibbs, and Hendrick. I feel like most teams would be for it. As we mentioned, there's a lot more to come. How much? Well, in most locations, 3 to 5 So cost savings have gone so well to this point, haven't they? We don't need a cost cap. Really, we really don't need a cost cap. But this was some of the stuff that came out a few days ago, about 4 days ago, and then this came out yesterday. Is an article from ESPN.com. This is from ESPN. From Ryan McGee. And Adam Stern posted from the article. Jim, that says, Stuart Haas's demise might ignite NASCAR's ongoing charter feud. Jim France has reportedly told teams that NASCAR can't offer permanent charters because, end quote, we can only support you as long as we are being supported by media networks. A little bit from this article here. You know what I'm getting at. It just seems unlikely that they would want to start their own series. It's like every year NASCAR ownership sounds more and more like it's running a private hedge fund. Like, I don't know. It's like you're being supported by media networks. You're being supported by Fox Sports. You're being supported by USA Network. Those are media networks. I mean, I don't know what. I don't get it. Just end the charters, go back to owners, points fielding the card, and give more stake to the teams with TV deals and money made by the track. The 40 parties involved are all needed. Drivers, teams, owners, track owners, NASCAR. They have to split the revenue better. I mean, it's easy to say when it's not your money, but you get the point. But without the big networks, the sport wouldn't exist. I don't know. In an article from the APnews.com, now we got another thing here about the charters. End quote, the teams don't want to start their own racing league and believe NASCAR would move on without the likes of Hendrick Motorsports or Joe Gibbs Racing or Team Penske if they decide to boycott races. End quote, an article from the AP. I don't buy this. It's funny how we're being told, those in charge, that they're coming close to a deal, while clearly it's the opposite. The suits running NASCAR are very good at being politicians while very bad for the sport. It's just going backwards, and this isn't good for NASCAR. It's just what we've been hearing. It's not good. And here I thought last week it was being reported a new deal was just about as done that I saw, and now it's just went downhill. NASCAR would be dead to rights without those three teams. These teams and the drivers are what make NASCAR what it is. Without them, it's nothing, and the fans will turn in. And the fans will turn on NASCAR if one of these teams left. Especially if you say Hendrick Motorsports did, or, and Penske. For the popular drivers like Larson, Elliott, Byron, Blaney. If two of those teams left, then you're not going to get much viewership. And also from this AP article, teams are now worried that Front Row's announcement is an indication some of the smaller teams are ready to take NASCAR's offer, despite an alliance that all 15 would stick together in negotiations. What's good for the smaller teams isn't good for the bigger teams. That's pretty much it. Really have to say there. And the last thing I wanted to talk about from a few days ago, the last thing from Adam Stern, is Front Row Motorsports has agreed to pay between $20 million and $25 million for a charter from Starhouse Racing, a drop from the record fee paid for one last year. Man, BJ McLeod's a freaking genius getting that big charter last year. Won the game. BJ really saw it at the perfect time and made a great business move. So yeah, $20 to $25 million Front Row Motorsports will pay for one of those charters. But yeah, it's all from Adam Stern here. See what you think from Bob. A former Euro Series driver and a champion, Alon Day, is going to drive the Xfinity race at Chicago, at the Chicago Street Course for Alpha Prime Racing. So I think it's a good move to get him in that 45 car. And Joey Hand is going to drive the RFK number 60 car in the Chicago Street Race. I think he's a really accomplished driver in many different disciplines, so it's good to see him back in the Cup Series. David Starr in the 66 has withdrawn from the Cup race. So yeah, at least we want to see him off the pace. Iowa for this weekend, NBC's back on USA. Thank God. Friday, your schedule's ARCA practice qualifying at 3, 4:35 USA Xfinity practice, 5:35 USA Cup practice, 8 p.m. on FS1 the ARCA race, 150 laps, National Weather Service 80 degrees, 5% chance of rain Saturday, 12:05 on USA Xfinity qualifying, 1:05 on USA Cup qualifying, 2 p.m. USA Xfinity pre-race, and 2:30 USA Xfinity, the Xfinity race. National Weather Service 80 degrees, 40% chance of rain. Sunday night, 6:30 USA Cup pre-race, and then at 7 p.m. on USA the Cup race, 70, 140, 140 is your stage lanes, 90s in the 90s, and a 25% chance of rain. So really only big chance of rain is now Saturday for Iowa. Matthew Jubon's going to drive the pace car prior to the Cup race at New Hampshire next week. Corey LaJoy with an Iowa Hawkeye scheme this weekend, so that's cool. 38 entries for the Xfinity race at Iowa this weekend. Daniel Dye in the 10, Brett Moffitt in the 19, John Nemechek in the 20, Corey Heim in the 26, and Ross Chastain in the 92. I wonder what's going on with Amarillo and JGR. I wonder what happened to him. Yeah, it's really hard to say for this video, to be honest, so, until next time, out. Peace.